Welcome to the family bathroom at our Kingsbury House project. Here I want to show you how we have done a family bathroom with a little hint of glamour. So we've got a bit of a wellness feel in this bathroom. We've introduced a Himalayan salt wall. Himalayan salt has lots of health factors, so we wanted to make sure we incorporated it into this space. And then what we've done is we've complemented it with lots of different finishes and details to make it impactful, but equally practical. It is a family of 4, they have got young babies, so it is important to be practical as well. So talking through the different finishes, you'll see here we've got this lovely fluted travertine tile. And then we've allowed this to be the end of the bath. So the Himalayan salt is at the end of the bath, which is where you're going to get the most health features from the Himalayan salt. And then you've got here a beautifully detailed bath. It's so nice to be playful with the bath here because it is the feature as you enter. It's the first thing you see, so we've made sure that it's really special in terms of its shape. I've been really thoughtful about the design decisions, so I've put in a Fanny Peck's floor standing bath tab, and that's got those lovely brass tones coming through. It's an antique aged brass, so it's not too over glamorous, but it's got that hint of glamour in terms of the brass coming through. And then I've hidden the toilet actually. I don't know why I'm going for this one first because it talks to me, this toilet as well. It likes to talk to me. So I've hidden the toilet here because of the space that the bathroom is. I didn't want the toilet to be a feature. So it's slightly hidden with this stud wall. It's a really clever little tip to create a stud wall that hides the toilet. And then I've hidden the cistern in the wall with a lovely little pocketed detail for the alcove. So lots of thoughtful design here. We've got a lovely towel rail that complements the Fanny Peck finish. Coming into then the shower, we've been really thoughtful with the design here as well. We've got the Fanny Peck's valve here so you can switch it on, check the temperature before entering, especially with children. And it's got a bit of a wet room feel in here. So we've got just the sheet of glass and then you can walk straight in. And then it's a travertine wet room tray. So it's all been tiled on top of the wet room tray, which means it's super sleek coming in with the travertine feel around you. So it's got a real wellness feel, really organic. We've kept all these rivets in the stone, so all the imperfections we've actually loved, and we've just made the most out of that in order to give an organic depth. We have sealed them so they're completely waterproof, the water won't get through. We've then got your handheld shower on this side, and then this beautiful shower head. What I love is the elegance to the shape of it, so we've made a real feature of it. You'll also see here we've got the alcove, and this alcove is then featuring the Luso stone travertine fluted tile that we've used on the other side, so the two speak to each other, which is lovely. And you can see that we've got LED lighting here, which isn't visible. I do not like to see the source of light, so I've hidden it within the alcove itself, but the light's just reflecting on these lovely Luso stone travertine fluted tiles. So it's super beautiful and I hope you love it as much as I do. Over here again, we've been really playful with the design decisions. So this is a beautiful sink that we've managed to bring over from Turkey. This has been made in a beautiful onyx stone, but we've left it rough. So again, those organic details that I was talking about earlier are really important to allow the natural beauty of the product to come through. So it's got lovely depths and tones, and it's giving that glamour whilst being quite an organic feel. So the introduction of glamour versus organic has been quite nice in this space. The family did want to be practical in this bathroom, so instead of doing marble, I've done Corian worktop. So this has got beautiful tones coming through the Corian, but it is practical, it's heat proof, it's stain proof, it's very clever. And then this is one of our bespoke design vanity units from our collection, and this has just got a lovely little reed. So it's reversing the flute that you see on the wall, and we've reversed it here to match the bath. So again, I'm trying to think of how I can pair up these little design details so that when you come in, it's not too overwhelming, but really special. I've used an arch mirror here in order to give it an element of softness, but to make sure that you're making the most out of the reflection on the wall. One really special feature that I can't show you today is this Himalayan salt wall actually lights up. There is a lighting sheet behind here and it shines bright and it is utterly beautiful. Such a shame I can't show you today, but like I said earlier, this project's not completely finished, so I'm being a little bit naughty showing you early. I couldn't help myself. But once everything's programmed and this project's completely finished in terms of its programming, I will be able to show you, and hopefully by the time this video is released, you'll be able to see that overlaid into the imagery so you can actually see how special the Himalayan salt wall is when glowing, especially used in a bathroom. It's not often that we'd use Himalayan salt in a bathroom. but very special for this one.
So also while we're upstairs, it's really great to show you the utility space we've done. I thought I'll give you a quick sneak preview, only because quite often we have our utility room downstairs in England, and actually it's not the most practical because all of our washing's upstairs, our washing baskets, our bedrooms where our clothes live, so we're running up and down the stairs with our washing, bringing your dirty down and your clean up. So actually to have this upstairs is really practical. If you've got a room that's a bit of a box room, which this was, that can lend itself well as a utility space, then I highly recommend it. So here we've used a Benjamin Moore yellow paint, which I'll put a link in the comments below. So it's quite bright, it's a sort of a bright morning feel to it. It's not a dingy space at all, but it's very practical. So what you've got here is you've got your washing machine and tumble dryer, high level, so you don't have to constantly bend down. You've then got this pull-out drawer, which is really practical, so your washing basket can actually sit straight up onto here, and then you can then open up your washing machine or tumble dryer, put your dirties in or put your clean out, and it's just such a clever way to be able to have a practical space. So storage up here as well, so you've got lots of storage. And we've also put a sink in here, which is a really nice detail, so you can wash all the dirties. If you've got dirty socks you want to wash, or you just want to drink in the night and you want to come to the filtered tap, this has got a filtered system, so you can then have a glass of water. It's just nice to have on your first floor, so it's one of my biggest tips, I'd say, to consider. It's also got a hot water tap, so it's really practical. If you need hot water, you've got it straight away, boiling hot water. Even helps you if you want that peppermint tea at night time. It's quite good. And then we have dressed this with a really lovely scalloped blind. So the nice thing about this blind is just a little bit different. We've put in this yellow mustard velvet piping that's on the linen blind itself. So it's just nice to be able to give a little bit of attention to detail to what would be a practical room that you don't really see, but what you do see is when the doors open, you see it on the landing. So to think about what you see as you walk in is really important. So we have dressed this. I mean, my blind team absolutely hate me because it's actually really difficult to do a scallop blind with a velvet trim, but it looks beautiful and it's a lovely addition.
And that draws this video to an end. Today I've been able to show you our family bathroom at our Kingsbury house project, and it's been really great to show you the utility space next door as well, to show a bit of practicality versus the glamour. We've got so much to show you on this project. It's not completed, so it's really nice for you to see some of the transitions, and we'll look forward to sharing more with you next time.